My parents and I were eating dinner when my dad suggested we should all take a DNA test to figure out from what country our ancestors had come to the US. I thought it was a great idea, but my mom got really upset and said, No, that's way too expensive. And I'm sure they want to sell our DNA information to other corporations. There's no way that I will allow you to do that. My dad and I were both surprised by her reaction, because she normally said yes to everything. But the problem was that my dad had already ordered the DNA ancestry test from the internet, and it wasn't cheap. So, me and my dad decided to take it in secret without telling Mom. When the results came back, both of us were very excited. It turned out my dad was 50% Irish and 50% German. But when I opened my results, it said that I was 40% French and 60% British. How was it possible that I had completely different ancestry results than my own dad? It took us a few seconds, but then we realized that the only possible explanation was that me and my dad were not related. I didn't know what to say, and my dad looked devastated. He was quiet for a moment, but then he said to me, "You will always be my son. Don't worry." Then he left the room and confronted my mom while I was listening around the corner. He said, "Did you get pregnant by another man? Tell me the truth." My mom responded, "What are you talking about? Are you crazy?" Then my dad screamed, "Why does my own son not have my DNA?" My mom started crying and finally admitted that she had an affair with another man a long time ago. She said she was so sorry, but my dad continued to scream at her and said, "It's over! I don't ever want to see you again." Then he packed one big suitcase and left us. I felt so bad for my dad, because he didn't deserve any of this. Meanwhile, my mom cried for hours, but I just couldn't feel sorry for her. She had betrayed my dad in one of the worst ways possible, even though he was one of the most honest, loving, and caring people I know. He had never treated my mom badly, not a single time. When it was dinner time, my mom told me her side of the story. She said that before I was born, she and Dad had tried to get pregnant for more than a year, but without any success. She said she really wanted to have a baby, and that's why she slept with another man behind my dad's back. I felt disgusted when I heard her side of the story. She didn't admit that she had done anything wrong. Instead, she came up with excuses for why she had lied to my dad for all those years. I still hope they get back together, though, because even though their marriage wasn't perfect, they seemed quite happy for most of the time. But then again, how could my dad ever trust my mom again? He probably deserved someone better than her. In the end, all this doesn't change anything for me. I will always love my dad. And no, I'm not talking about my biological dad. I'm talking about my real dad. Thank you for listening. And please give the video a thumbs up if you liked, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.